Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Peter, I think there's a good chance that opposition strikers today will have their work cut out with Vito Baia, simply because he's been a high achiever all through his career, and that winning mentality remains very, very strong.
Yeah, the judge keepers by absence of mistakes, and he makes very few.
I'd be happy playing with him behind me.
Conte.
This is what good chemistry is all about.
Maradona. Now it's Maradona. Decent hit! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Ghana with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. He's had a hit! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more. Perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Messi. Ghana leading here thanks to that early goal. And the score is 1-0. Vinicius Junior. And he's picked out the run. Bastoni kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Conte. Endrick. That's been cut out, well played. Perez. Quarter of an hour played. And it's Van Nistelrooy. Rijkaard spots it and intercepts. Oh, that's well spotted. Van der Ven. Gets a good foot in there. Short changes him with that pass. Now it's Batistuta. Palmer. No, that was never going to make it. Perez. Van Nistelrooy. No question, this is the man you want to get on to the end of things. And he's really put himself on the line here. Kimmich picks it up from the goal kick. Perez. Ghana ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Palmer. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bastoni. Rudiger. And it's Messi. It's Kimmich. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
The movement was good, but the pass lacked authority, a cause of mild frustration.
Palmer. Wan-Bissaka getting this one clear. Maradona. Batistuta touches it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played. That's alert and sharp, and very well played.
Palmer. Foyt calmly anticipates. Conte. Oh, super find. And that's a Vinicius Junior! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
And it's played forward. Now it's Maradona. Batistuta. Ghana are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Some resolute defending there. Courtois sends that a long way. Conte. And here's Batistuta. Just 5 minutes left until the break. Now it's Kante. And he's intervened well there. Van Nistelrooy. And that has been clubbed away. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Kimmich. Menu. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Ghana head into the dressing room pleased with the thought that they have that all-important lead. Analysis to come during the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Menu. Palmer.
Ghana couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Conte just eases him off the ball. Oh, it's Batistuta! It's there! And there's the goal they've been looking for.
Ghana clearly executed that with considerable confidence. It only took seconds to score once the ball was recovered.
Ghana are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Van Nistelrooy is sporting a guilty look after that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Messi. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Stood up well to him there. Palmer. Messi. Conte. Endrick showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And here's Van Nistelrooy. And that's another good win of the ball.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Can he finish? And more, and more, and more. And they are cruising away. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Ghana find a position of real strength now. No, that's been intercepted. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Messi. Can he get it through? And that could set him on his way. Corner given. Defending of the desperate variety. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Maradona. He is through here. And he's cut it out. Rudiger. Palmer. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Perez. And he hits the net. Results no longer in doubt. It's just about how many.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Ghana are having a ball here.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Messi. That is good alertness. Van der Ven cuts it out. Batistuta is onto it in a flash. And it's Perez. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Palmer. Messi. Now it's Batistuta. Hernandez promptly onto that, and that is that. Wan-Bissaka. That's a good ball out wide. That's a little off target. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Rudiger. Hernandez. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. That looked just the goalkeeper. Big chance! Goal! They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come.
Yeah, it has become ugly for one, but the other is still delivering beauty.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Ghana are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. And the number on the board is 3. Shot could be on. Van shapes to shoot! He scores!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
Cambio de jugadores.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. Well, they have a goal, but it is surely too much to hope for a comeback. And that is that. Well, that was a tale of two very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those. Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Stood up well to him there. Oh, Red, nice interception.
There's a player on this...
And he's let fly! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Very speculative with little threat, if any, for the keeper.
And smartly reclaimed. Conte. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Gently done. Rijkaard kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Played back to the goalkeeper. And no, that was never going to make it. That has not gone well. Vinicius Junior. Koundé.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Chance! And here's Cruyff. Bale. And a shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Foden gets over and intercepts. Maldini. Ghana yet to have an attempt on goal. And he's picked out the run. Bullet. And he was quick to react. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And the pass is intercepted. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Maradona gets flagged offside. Mbappe gets his pass away. Nice interception, well timed. Now it's Maradona. Now it's Mbappe. Has a go! And again! Decent strike, kept it fizzing low. Ghana with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And it's hoisted clear. Oh, it's come loose. It's their second corner of the game. He's had a hit! And he's done it! There is the breakthrough!
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that instance.
So the first goal of the game. Great chance! And he's there to belt it away. And they win it back again. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
Ghana clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
He's had a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Corner number 2 then.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Maradona. And he's on his way! Hits one! Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Van der Ven spots it and intercepts. Rijkaard. Foden. Foden is fouled.
Ghana are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
And they're quick to get it back. Oh, well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Rijkaard. Mbappe, can he finish? And again! Good try, the outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, he may have snatched at that a bit, even though it was quite close.
And the first half is done. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room, and while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Ghana come in, having established that lead. A game where the narrative is, at least in terms of the scoreline, so far so good. And the second half gets underway. Ghana carrying a one-goal lead. Bullet.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Mbappe. Mbappe, who set up one. Maradona! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Ghana have their third corner. Neymar. Peru are looking to go forward now. Oh, it's come loose. Oh, what a... Tries a shot! He's got a goal! Peru are level. No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Bale demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Se está realizando un cambio.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. That has certainly made things interesting.
Oh, look, Peter, I was on the fence before a ball was kicked, and I still haven't moved.
And that's been won straight back. Mbappe. And here's Mbappe. Rijkaard attempts a clearance. Peru can breathe again, just.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be...
It's Maradona!
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Foyt promptly onto that, and that is that.
La cantidad de espectadores de este partido
Time,
fue
excellent
de
interception.
80.607.
That's going to go a long way. Vieira. Some really good ball movement. He is through. Can he finish? Goal! Peru! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. That was easy. Almost too easy.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Peru take the lead.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal?
Bale! Oh, that's a waste.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Caught offside that time. Ghana are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Pullet concedes a free kick for that. Vinicius Junior. Rijkaard, very much a man of this moment. Well, that's pretty clear, it is a foul. Well, no messing about, it is red. Well, Jim, there's only one reason that he would be sent off there. It is the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, he had a decision to make, Peter, and it's worked out badly.
Looking to widen the gap even further here. Messi is behind this one. Messi! That was travelling.
Well, conceding free kicks in areas like that are an invitation to the set-piece technicians. They have to cut this out.
Buffon sends that a long way. Vieira. Just a quarter of an hour to play. He's through here. That is a brilliant interception.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
And it's Hullet. And there's Green. Great hit! It's a goal! And with that goal comes comfort.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. So the lead now is 2.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive. If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And Cruyff! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Well, there are a few pockets of space that are being exploited, and they need filling, and fast.
Messi. Entrará al campo. Número 14. Cambio.
Just 5 minutes left. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And that's an excellent interception. Maradona. Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's been drilled forward. Camavinga calmly anticipates. 5 minutes to add. And he's being shifted off. Shot a goal! Just not quite happening for him just now.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
Well, what a waste that one is. Maldini gathers from the goal kick. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. He's had it taken off him. Mbappe, always looking for that half a chance. That's a nicely measured pass. Cruyff. He's got the shot away! Yes! And surely that settles it. Just so caught. And that is that. Ghana did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. And as you can see, we've already started here. Llorente cuts out the pass. Now it's Owen. Beckham. And Beckham! That was superb goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And it's been taken short. Foyt tries to clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And he's there to retrieve it.
Peter, it's not often I'll focus on the influence of a goalkeeper, but Vitor Baia is an exception I'm happy to make. Consistently strong and one of Portugal's very best players, never mind just keepers.
Yeah, I very much doubt his nation has ever had anyone better in that position. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Batistuta. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. That's going to go a long way. Conte gives it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Wan-Bissaka gets across to intercept that. Turns back here, probably the best option. That is Conte. Ghana still without a single shot on target. He's played him through. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Vinicius Junior touches it back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
That is a little undercooked. Played out to the left flank. Batistuta. Gangle looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose. If they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Bit of a communication breakdown there, it seems. Koundé promptly onto that, and that is that. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Nico Williams. Llorente. Nico Williams. Rodri. To Beckham. And it's Beckham. Pedri. Rodri. That is good alertness. Hernandez gets over and intercepts. Beckham. And the pass is intercepted. Thinks one through. Maradona. Batistuta! Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's clearly in one of those moods. I think even he was asking perhaps a little too much from himself then.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And reclaimed it in a trice. Van Dijk. Oh, it's a sweet ball, that. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Guingamp clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Rodri looking to penetrate opposition lines. And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, it has been a half largely of could-haves and should-haves. Perhaps the more impatient amongst the supporters will feel they're overdue a goal, but it's certainly not for the want of trying, so nothing to show as yet. At the break, it's 0-0. Ghana head to the dressing room, not yet having broken through. Tight, cagey game. Neither team any further forward than they were when they started out. And the second half gets underway. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Short changes him with that pass. Beckham. That's a good ball out wide.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into...
Big header! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
Yeah, it's very well timed. A delivery like that with the right amount of pace and whip can be a nightmare to defend against.
Koundé. Rijkaard. Ghana finding their passes. And it's Beckham. Beckham! A real chance and a real let-off.
I think he deserves credit for getting something away, given that he had to contend with a double dose of closing down.
Rodri gathers from the goal kick.
Guingamp are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone. That's going in strongly.
Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Stop from Courtois. He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Beckham to take it as usual. Beckham plays it short. That's tidy. And he's had it nicked away. And he's there to get it away. Guingamp disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. Great ball, and he's in here. Hits one. It's in. The breakthrough strike.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
After 58 minutes is number 6, Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior.
Ghana have fired themselves in front.
Oh, half-time has been a blessing for this team. You know, what a great start to the second half.
Foyt makes the interception. Kyle Walker.
The attendance for this match
Ghana
was
looking to pass their way through.
80,953.
Vinicius Junior. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And it's been given away. Oh, well played. Kept cool and dealt with it. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
Van Dijk. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Now Van Dijk. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Pedri. Rijkaard. Batistuta. Too much pressure, and he's lost the ball. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Maradona. Vinicius Junior. Goes in for the header! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Substitution.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Oh, he's been caught napping. That's a foul. It could be a penalty. Ghana presented with a golden opportunity here. Bayer looking to stare down to unsettle the taker. Calm as you like, and they're running away with it. A time for a cool head, and that is precisely what he showed.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
The goal scorer for Ghana.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Oh, they could be caught. Vinicius Junior! Surely now they are well and truly out of sight. And the lead is extended still further. Well, there was to be no other outcome. Could be danger here. Maradona! And yes, it's there! Yet another goal in an awesome performance. They are in complete charge. Terrible error, duly punished. It's become a case of men against boys.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that...
Decent hit! He has done it! And he is just ripping it up!
Well, I think we've reached the point when even damage limitations is no longer an option.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's made this game all about him. He's got a fantastic appetite for goals.
Ghana are having a ball here. Oh no, what has happened here?
Substitution in progress.
shot! Goal! How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
It's a mass exodus now. Certain sections of the stadium are leaving in droves, and you can't blame them.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think that
He's had a hit! He's got a goal! And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Sticks at a
look,
minute
all
has
they
been
want to hear
indicated.
right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
He's got 4. That is remarkable.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
And that will be it. Ghana, just a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would.